The Teladi have declared war, just as expected. And I do have a TL right in their territory. I have sent it there to collect the jump beacon. That gives us the option to jump right on top of this border patrol here, which has 2 bounties for these frigates. This would be a nice target. My main fleet is right here, so let's call them back to the closest jump beacon, because I was actually going to attack the Yaki. Almost their entire fleet has been wiped out by the Borons, and this is a good time to conquer their territory. But now with the Teladi attacking us, we have to react and defend. Now we should be in a good position. My fleet is a bit spread out. I have my 2 boarding frigates here, and we need to get them back. Maybe, yeah, no, it's closer to go to the jump beacon. Alright, so I will, let me first rescue that TL, just send it a bit outside the sector so that it doesn't get attacked by these fleets here. They might be leaving through the south gate anyway, but I have to keep this TL safe. I do have a second TL. I have researched the blueprint, so we are not as threatened. If we lose it, then we can still build stations. Now, I think the Teladi also attacked this sector right here, this Paranid one with strong forces. They are still on their way. Because you can, if you want to monitor a certain faction, I have activated the message system. If you go to the Ministry of War, and for the Teladi, I have, oh, you can actually not do this when they are hostile. I might have to change this. But for the split, for example, they are not my enemy right now, and I have these message options where I can set what kind of messages I want to see from this faction. And from the Teladi, I have activated when they claim sectors, I want to get notified, and that told me once they attacked. They have attacked the Paranids right here, and they already conquered a Boron sector, so they have built up their forces. I'm not entirely sure where they are. We still have satellite coverage. Quite some ships massing here. Oh, in here we have multiple cap ships. And this seems to be their offensive fleet. So like 4 big cap ships. And another battle group up here, but they are attacking. So they have like 2 major fleets. We should be able to take them. I also have another ace up my sleeve in the form of a hacking station in Rolk's Fate, and this is in range of the Teladi Empire. We will get into hacking later, but right now I want to upload a virus which is gonna damage the hull system on certain Teladi ships. Well, we don't have that many in range, but we can target this rear guard here. It's one of their bigger M2 ships in Thurrock's Pride. I think I will do this. Yeah, it's one of those cormorants here. Destroyer, Teladi destroyer. We're gonna damage their hull with a cyber attack. And we will also develop some more viruses against their other ships. So we have the Phoenix, the Pteranodon, and the Condor. If we go back to our hacking station and add a bit of money to it. So for the Condor, we could go for a shield or weapon disabler. I'm just trying to find a another ship type which shares the same attack vector. So shield buffer overflow on the Phoenix. And the Condor also has the shield buffer overflow. So that means we can use the same type of virus on these ships. Weapons for the Emios are shellcode. Also for the Condor. So we're gonna create a virus for the shield system with buffer overflow. Upload range 5 jumps should be fine. Wait, maybe we can increase this to, let's say, 6 jumps. So we create another virus for the shield system of certain Teladi cap ships and a shellcode virus for their weapon system. I'm using my other hacking station for this one. I have a lot of money because I have already been stealing with virus attacks. But like I said, we will get into this. So let's first create another virus, weapons, shellcode. Also jump range, I want 6 jumps. Because then we can really disable their systems and debuff those ships if it comes to a big fight. The Cormorant also has the weapons shellcode weakness. And the Phoenix has another system. Now there's smaller ships. The Falcon doesn't match up. But the weapons on the Osprey, which is their main corvette, does. Also with the shellcode attack vector. Shields with a network exploit, gonna unlock that. And the heavy Osprey doesn't match. Okay. So we are developing some cyber attacks against the Teladi. Now we should get our ass over to the jump beacon. So let's get into our main fleet. Then call our boarding party also to the nearest jump beacon. And then I have a lot of ships in this sector. And the Argons are fighting the split. It's a bit laggy. So we do have our TL, but the major Teladi fleet is gone. I still want to inject my forces into their empire. This seems like a cool move. So we're gonna deploy the jump beacon from the TL. And then I'm gonna move my main fleet directly into their territory. We are at a jump beacon. We are jumping right in. And see what kind of damage we can do. I'm gonna hop over into the Hercules. And then we're gonna send our fleet to invade this sector. Now the Teladi will start to kill our satellites, but the freighters, which are still moving in their territory, they should be safe, because this is not a permanent war and we are not in a coalition against the Teladi, so they will not engage our freighters. This sector up here is dependent on vegetable import from a trading station, one of these here. And that means my traders can no longer, or maybe they should still be able to buy, but when the Teladi are killing my satellites, then we will no longer be able to import vegetables to this sector, so I have to keep monitoring the food supply, but we have plenty on stock here, 25,000 units of vegetables, so that should be no problem. Yeah, we just see how much damage we can do. We also have some mercenaries here. I'm gonna hire them for my fleet because money is no longer a real issue. We have about 50 million. So let's hire those mercenaries. 6 M6s, sounds good. We hire them for our Trinity fleet here. And we should also set up some raiding parties and actually also build ships. So in Priest's Pity we could build not enough money for the washi, but we can build for our main fleet, starting another loop production, or maybe not a loop production. I would just want to build a batch of like 24 Perseus. And here we can build a washi for our main fleet, because I have split my 4 frigates up and the main fleet only has 2 of them, so we can build another one right here and another one in this outpost. That will bring our frigate count to 4 ships in this sector, and then we have Rolk's Fate. And here I will just start a new fleet, I believe. So let's build Heavy Osprey. We will make him a fleet commander. Now we do have other fleets. This one is defending there and defending here. We have this Home Guard fleet here of like 20 fighters. And I want to send them to hunt Teladi freighters. So we will use this Home Guard fleet and send them to retreat when very strong enemies are present. Your targeting priority are freighters. I'm gonna call you raiders. Give them an orange coloring. We want to ignore big ships, fighters, and they shall monitor Teladi sectors. Let's see how they do. Then we have this random assortment of bailed fighters from the early game. I will simply import the fleet settings from those raiders and we switch off the replacement quota. We don't want to build those ships. And switch the monitoring territory to our sectors, so that they hunt Teladi freighters in our own sectors if they cross territory. Now the Teladi fleet is coming and we are not prepared with the virus uploads, so we have to retreat our forces. I'm not gonna risk this. Our boarding frigates are also way out. We have to consolidate our fleets first. But I have called in a ship which can scan those Teladi capital ships in case we didn't already have their port information. We could also use this new Osprey, which has just rolled out of the assembly line. I will go into the hangar section, upgrade ship with a hacking rootkit, and then we go to the station production screen where we can produce 10 hacker chips, load them into the Osprey, and call this ship to us. Yeah, I believe the Teladi fleet is a tiny bit too strong for us because of their many heavy corvettes. The Teladi corvettes, they shall not be underestimated. And they are armed with missiles. These guys are already engaging. I don't want that, so rejoin please. Now where's that Osprey? It was built in the single sector where I didn't have a jump beacon deployed, so it takes them a while. Get to us. We could also leave the system through the jump beacon, then trigger our EMP and then come back in and attack. But Teladi ships don't have very strong shielding to begin with, so the EMP is not very effective against them. And I would rather want a virus where I can disable their weapons before attacking. We just move back to the jump beacon. They might not even attack us. So more fighters have just come in through the beacon. Yeah, those boarding frigates, they won't be here for a long time. Cannot use them in this fight if we decide to engage. And now they seem to be coming. So the big Teladi capital ship, the Pteranodon, needs an SQL infection for the weapon system, and those heavy corvettes, they have IP spoofing. So that are two other viruses that we can develop. But the other big ships, they are unavailable for hacking, so doesn't look that good. Yeah, engaging them would be delusional. So what we're gonna do is go back to our base, via the jump beacon. And then just sacrifice this beacon. Leave it here in Teladi space. We are just not ready yet. We will be very soon, but my fleet is scattered and I haven't unlocked those cyber attacks for these Teladi ships, so when the fleet is weaker, there is no point in engaging them. Today we will retreat. It seems much smarter to follow our Paranet friends here, who are moving right into Teladi territory. This way we get some backup and can finish our virus research and gather our fleets. Oh, we just got another virus. It's the shell code for the weapons, and we still need one with IP spoofing for the Paranet corvettes, the Teladi corvettes. Six jumps again. And we are starting that research. The first boarding frigate has also made its way back, so we can fill it up with marine rookies. Oh, and we actually reached the limit, or no, the population has been drained because of the shipbuilding, and once you are below a certain threshold, there won't be new volunteers to become your marines. Right. So we just let them follow us. And we will be following the Paranets, and this transport ship can go to a sector where we are not building ships, but have lots of people to become our meat shield. Yeah, the population dynamics are really important now. When you are building ships, like I'm building in those 4 sectors up here, and you can see the population is dropping fast. And it takes a while to regrow, and during that time you also generate less tax income. So keep this in mind. You might want to stretch your shipbuilding over a larger amount of time, or only build in 1 outpost to keep the pressure on your income low. But we have lots of money because of hacking, so it doesn't matter that much. Now the Teladi are not messing around. There's already another fleet coming in from the south. And they are hostile with the Teladi because of this massive invasion that they have up here. They will probably lose this sector, but maybe we can hold them off here, where they have already set up a ring of laser towers and a weapons platforms. This is a new thing, the NPCs can do that too. It's actually a good idea for us to build one in this sector. Right. So I'm going into the factory screen, and under stations you can place an orbital weapons platform. It only costs a few resources, and it gets free equipment, like all ships in 0 Hour 2.0. But there is a global limit, and on hard difficulty you can only build 1 of them in your empire. But you can raise this limit with the perk called Fortress. The Fortress perk is a new perk. It basically combines all the defensive perks which have been in Mayhem. Because they weren't used very much. It was just not good enough compared to the other choices, and now the Fortress perk is a real powerful consideration, because you get the EMP, you get the Ring of Fire laser towers. Now they also respawn over time. you get some free security fighters, which is new, and you get a +1 for your weapons platform limit, which is global. So if you unlock the fortress perk in a bunch of sectors, then you can put like 4 or 5 of these in these defensive structures in a single sector and create a large wall in front of a gate or something. So this is possible at this point. Now the boarding frigates are coming in, and I also saw some additional ships in this sector. 2 corvettes that we captured via boarding, and those can join our main fleet. Slowly but steadily we are increasing our power. And together with the Pyranids and our viruses, we should be able to take the Teladi down.